Are you sick of playing Quinlan Tarkentown? Well, if so, this may be the deck for you, because Admiral ACKBAR is awesome for a few reasons that I want to talk about, specifically in this color combination. I started out with the idea of playing They Hate That Ship Home 1, which is awesome because you can play it on 4 resources if they have even just one ship, which Admiral ACKBAR can help you ensure that combo by giving them an X-Wing, even if they're not playing a space deck, which, let's be real, a ton of people are playing space decks right now, so you don't even have to do that action to ensure it all the time, but playing this for 4 oftentimes just wins the game, especially if you can start with Tarkin on turn 2 into this combo. You can overwhelm their tie for 7. You just win at that point, and then you just play Surprise Strike or something, or a pump, and win. However, we can't always rely on grabbing that dream combo. That is what the deck wants to do. So R2 helps us find our They Hate That Ship. So you can go R2, They Hate That Ship. Maybe you didn't find the home one, but you find They Hate That Ship. Okay, well, you can go into a turn 2 Senatorial Corvette or a Tactical Heavy Bomber, or wait till turn 3 and play a War Juggernaut and just ping away, where you remove the downside of the 2 fighters. You're just getting an early War Juggernaut, which is already insane, and you're killing the TIE fighters along the way, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Other than that, I have another kind of capital ship flavor. This one is a capital ship, and these are capital ships as well. This capital ship helps for removing all the X-Wings you've given them throughout the round, because when you play an attack, you can deal 2 damage to each enemy unit with the same name. So you can just say TIE Fighter or X-Wing most oftentimes, and then just clear all of that. So that's really nice, and that can also be They Hate That Ship. I'm only running 1 Planetary Bombardment as of now. I only own 1. So I may, if that theme starts to work out better, I will probably bump that up. But again, this is all new. I just recently started this. I've gotten a decent amount of reps in with it. But again, I'd like help to just figure out the best form of this deck, because there are legs. Trust me, just try it. It's great. So that's kind of the first theme of the deck, is They Hate That Ship Home 1, a little bit of capital ship synergy. But I also looked at Grogu and went, okay, Grogu can help us exhaust more. We already have the Senatorial Corvette that likes to discard stuff. Okay, now maybe we start building kind of like Quinlan. Okay, well, Force Throw's a discard card. Okay, well, Ahsoka's a Force unit that can help with Force Throw and discards on her own, so that's even more discard. Then, we're in the color combination. Why not add Spark of Rebellion? Anakin, he can be played as a pilot, so he works with this theme as well as the Force theme. You can't, obviously, if he's on a ship, not obviously, I didn't know this for a while, but if he's on a ship as a pilot, he doesn't count as a Force pilot. He's too focused on spinning and doing cool tricks. So, he can't, but just playing him as a turn 1 and then Force throwing is still very, very good. And then playing Spark or something, that's insane. So yeah, I've kind of got the Quinlan package here as well. Plo Koon, I mean, what is there to say about Plo Koon? He's crazy good. Just like in the Quinlan matches, he's also a Force trait card. So, Force Throw is great for that. And then these are just kind of, I got like L3s for, just more Smuggle's my favorite mechanic. These 3 cards are all awesome. I mean, I don't need to say much about how good Cassian can be. The deck, you may think it's like this control-y deck. It's very much a mid-range deck that can just kind of, tap down, and then once you've got your bigger threats out, you're going to win the race around the ACKBAR flip, or maybe even earlier I've done before. So that can be kind of nuts, especially if you're cheating out big units. That's very nice. If you have Tarkin online, if they don't take out Tarkin. I mean, a lot of people don't even see Tarkin in play, so they're like, oh, that's fine. I'll just let him be. He has 5 health. What is that going to do? But overwhelming, killing your opponent's units and dealing damage to base, leaving your juggernauts and your things on the board. I mean, that's just like, that's nasty. As well as like this tactical heavy bomber. I think I might bump this up. Cheating this out on turn 2 and then playing a Han Solo on it and dealing 5 to base and 5 indirect and drawing cards, or even an Anakin onto it, that can be game winning. As well as this card is just another pretty good, if you control a space unit, tap it down. Something that I've kind of found that's really funky is if they have initiative and you play Grogu turn 1, you don't have anything to exhaust because they're going to attack before they do. But you can spend 1 to exhaust Grogu himself, and you get an X-Wing token. So people always think, oh, ACKBAR, why would I want to exhaust my own units? But like, if you're not going to have any use for Grogu, you might as well, give yourself a 1-cost 2/2 in space to then strap a pilot to. I mean, I've run into that before where I do, 1, and then I'll put Anakin on it to set up for next round, and that's a 4/5 in space on as my turn to play, and I didn't have to spend 2 cards. I just spent 1 card. I just used his ability. So sometimes exhausting your own units can be good, but yeah, it's such a fun deck, especially when this combo works out. R2's there to help us again. And then, yeah, just Millennium Falcon, Han Solo. That doesn't need to be in here, but it's just very good for, finishing stuff out. And, the Han Solo versatility is very good, especially pilots with these big ships and things. Slapping a hot shot onto ACKBAR himself is amazing, especially since ACKBAR, he's able to exhaust leaders. So, you flip ACKBAR and then 5 to base plus exhausting a leader. He doesn't do that on his unit, on his leader side, but on his leader unit side, he's very beefy. So 5/8, that's the same stat line as Vader for 6. So that's why I have the hot shots, and I just love the hot shot. And you can play it as a 1-cost too, since you have both. I mean, a lot of decks right now are running it just for the yellow, which is probably what you're going to be using for most of the time, but I just love the card, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I can't really speak to a wide variety of matchups. I've actually been able to beat Sabine's. If they draw everything perfectly, it's pretty tough. But Sabine is definitely like it's a mid-rangey deck. I mean, you can exhaust like crazy and just kind of win the race. And you can also go toe to toe. I beat a Bosk Blue with all the hand hate and just putting out massive units. I'm like, oh, they don't have a fellow dragon or a removal because they're down to 1 card, or like, it's very versatile, and it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's a very fun deck, and I've just been enjoying it because Quinlan's getting really boring, and I'd rather try something more fun and more flavorful, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of my main deck, but I did want to talk about sideboard options. Obviously this card, my card sleeves are literally this card, so I wish I could put it in the main. It's been hard to find a way to put it in the main. It's also just very situational. It's tough because if an opponent controls more units than you, space units than you, ready each unit you control, you'd think that that's like easy to do with giving them all the space units, but once in the second, and you can maybe surprise them on the first round, and that's good, but it's really hard to line it up, honestly. And there's not a lot of times where you have 2 space units. Like the times that this has come up and they have more space units than me, all I have out is like a Falcon, and I'm just getting another. This is basically pay 3, ready the Falcon, hit for another 3. I lose initiative, but I got another 3 in the base. Like, it can be good, but ideally, like, you're wanting to cheat out the home one. It's just asking. The stars have to align for this to work, and when it does, obviously, like, that's crazy. But I'm just having a hard time finding it in the main deck. So I would side it in every single time if I'm fighting a space deck and knowing that they're going to have a lot of space. So yeah. Profundity, it's just so expensive. Like, these both can reduce their cost with the damage and with the, you know, having more units in space. This is just so late game. So against Bosk, like I cited this in, it was very good. But other than that, I mean, even if they hate that ship for 7, like, you almost never get the double discard. I don't know. I'm still testing it, but someone let me know if so. I don't know about this either, because, I mean, we have ground and space units, but Outmaneuver is just an awesome card. So, and you're giving them a ton of space units, so maybe you say, hey, all your X-Wings are down. Bamboozle, you know, just a good card. Chamsandula, just, you know, obviously for keeping up with ramp decks. And then 2 more planetary bombardments. This is also just insane against Bosk Blue. I mean, you can just do 12 to their face, and it's like the game pretty much. So, and there's plenty of capital ships to do that. But I don't know. I'm definitely thinking about Clear the Field, because that's another card that you can just say all your X-Wings back to hand. But then there's also a lot of synergistic cards that are like, that already kind of do that, like Resolute. Home One wants to have those units out, so I mean, I see synergies there, but there's also parts of the deck that kind of want there to be a lot of space units out. So, like, especially like It's Trap. So, I'm not really thinking Clear the Field, even though it is kind of like asking for it thematically. But yeah, anyways, that's my like mini deck tech. I don't want to call it deck. It's not a deep dive. It's more of just like a intro to ACKBAR, maybe, for those who you know, just kind of wrote him off. Check him out. I promise you can win games, and let me know how it goes. Send a comment down below if you're able to get in a game with this. I'll put the deck link in the description, and you guys can give it a whirl and let me know. My lists are on the KTOD Discord and the Team Enigma Discord as well. So yeah, just let me know if you guys like ACKBAR too. Any treatments: blue ACKBAR, yellow ACKBAR, ACKBAR green with the other home one. Let's talk ACKBAR. Ciao.